Okay, this one we're doing dates and times for Florida real estate questions. Okay, how long do you have from the time the day the discriminatory act occurred to file a complaint with HUD? You have 1 year. The time period after which involuntary inactive license becomes null and void? 2 years. Number 3, the time period allowed to file claim against the recovery fund? The answer, 2 years. Number 4, number of days to give information booklet concerning settlement costs to a loan applicant? The answer, 3 business days. Number 5, to give a loan applicant an estimate of settlement costs, how many days do you have? The answer, 3 business days. 3 business days. Number 6, number of days for a lender to give an annual percentage rate disclosure? Answer, 3 business days. Number 7, the number of days a borrower has the right to cancel a loan contract? The answer, 3 business days. Number 8, how much of the previous year did you have to live in Florida to be a resident? The answer, 4 months. All right. The grace period after discharge from military duty to renew your license? The answer, 6 months. How many days, number 10, how many days does a landlord have to approve or disapprove a tenant? The answer, 7 days. Number 11, for a weekly tenancy, how much notice do you have to give a tenant to move out? The answer, 7 days. Number 12, what is the maximum period of suspension the FREC can give out? The answer, 10 years. Number 13, for a complaint to be confidential after a probable cause is found, how many days can you do that for? The answer, 10 days. Number 14, how long do you have to cancel a timeshare contract? The answer, 10 days. Number 15, how much time do you have to give a buyer to do a lead-based paint inspection? The answer, 10 days. Number 16, if the complainant and the subject of the complaint agree to a resolution of a complaint within 14 days after the contract by the mediator will notify the DBPR of the terms of the resolution. How many days does that? 14 days. Number 17, if an active broker leaves, the vacancy must be filled within how many calendar days? The answer, 14 days. Number 18, for informal and formal hearings, the subject of the complaint must receive at least how many days' notice before the hearing occurs? The answer, 14 days. Number 19, after receiving a notice of non-compliance, a licensee has how many days to take action to correct their minor violation? The answer is 15 days. Number 20, number of days to correct a minor infraction listed on a notice of compliance? The answer, 15 days. Number 22, how many days does a broker have to notify FREC if there is a dispute with escrow funds? The answer, 15 days. Number 23, how many days notice do you have to give a tenant to move out for a monthly tenancy? The answer, 15 days. Number 24, how many days do you have to cancel a contract for a co-op or a condo built with a developer, so it's new? The answer, 15 days. Number 24, if an investigation occurs, the DPR will give the subject of the investigation or their attorney a copy of the complaint. The subject can then give a written response within how many days of receiving it? The answer, 20 days. Number 25, how many days for the subject of a complaint to give a written response to the complaint? The answer, 20 days. Number 26, developers of over how many condos must give a prospectus? The answer, 20 days. Number 27, a broker has to institute a settlement procedure to conflicting demands within how many days? Answer, 20 days. Number 28, the subject has how many days from receiving the election of rights form to return it? The answer, 21 days. Number 29, if you apply for your license and get rejected, you have how many days to appeal? The answer, 21 days. Number 30. If you fail your real estate exam, how many hours must you wait to schedule a new test? The answer, 24. 24 hours. Number 31. How long after the sheriff posts their notice must a evicted tenant leave? They must leave after 24 hours, or within 24 hours. Number 32. How many days do you have to appeal to the Value Adjustment Board after you get your trim notice? The answer, 25 days. Number 35. A licensee who receives a citation has how many days to accept or reject the alleged violation? The answer, 30 days. Number 36. Once the panel receives the DBPR's report, they have how many days to make a decision? The answer, 30 days. Number 37. For the probable cause panel to make a decision after receiving the DPR's report, how many days do they have to make that decision? The answer, 30 days. Number 38. Once the FREC receives your application, they have how many days to check for errors or omissions? The answer, 30 days. Number 39. The final order becomes effective how many days after being filed? The answer, 30 days. Number 40. After a broker receives conflicting demands, they have how many days to implement one of the settlement procedures? The answer, 30 days. Number 42. How many days does a licensee have from the receipt of the final order to appeal? The answer, 30 days. Number 43. How many days does a tenant have to request money back from a rental list if they didn't find a rental? The answer, 30 days. Number 44. A temporary broker may fill a vacancy. To do so, they can register with the DPR and stay in that office for how many days? The answer, 60 days. Number 45. How many days do you have to mail the renewal and reversion notices? 60 days is the answer. Number 46. How many days does a licensee have to accept or file a written obligation to a citation? The answer is 60 days. Number 47. What is the penalty for a second-degree misdemeanor? The answer, 60 days and or $500 fine. Number 49. What is the penalty for a first-degree misdemeanor? The answer, 1 year and or $1,000 fine. Okay. Through mediation, conflict, number 50. Through mediation, conflict is resolved when the parties agree to a solution. If that happens, they put that solution in writing. If they don't reach a solution with mediation within how many days, they must try a different procedure. The answer, 90 days. Number 51. The FREC has how many days from the complete, correct submission of an application to approve or deny it? The answer, 90 days. Okay, number 53. How long is the typical pre-approval letter good for? The answer, 120 days. Number 54. What is the highest amount you can have to pay on the documentary tax on notes? And the answer is $2,450. Okay, that's all. Thanks.